Well, everybody, this is how the year starts. Packing up, got a lot of stuff. This whole suitcase is full of food. This suitcase is shoes and disc golf equipment. Those are backup discs, disc golf bag, and then upstairs, I got my clothes. And whew, it begins. It freaking begins. The tour is starting. I've never been to Tampa area, never played Olympus. I'm excited. Good morning.
You lift me up, you set me free.
Got all the bags. Cypress Point Disc Golf Course, Tampa Bay, Florida. Getting some throws in before the sun goes down.
The spirit of the sea. Feel the light, let it guide me through.
Look at that. I want you to look at this. This is my rental car. A bright red Dodge Charger. Pretty hilarious. I fit right in here in Florida.
But the mobility routine, that's like what I got from that PT. But yeah, MAT was, that's what I learned from Eagle. What? MAT is what I learned from you, and now I'm like, I was a little grasshopper. I was like Shifu in Kung Fu Panda, and Eagle was Oogway, and now I have Poe. He's right there.
There's Paul.
Klaus Heimberg. He's the next along the line of learning about yourself.
Welcome to Cliff Stevens, everybody.
Ken Climo's home course. Home of the GCCO. Greater
Home
Gulf.
of that fisherman who's right in the fairway. Look at the gators. The baby gators. I'm more of a runway man, to be honest. And there's a disc on the stick.
Forever one, the spirit of the sea.
We're working on the final signage, but we're going to have professional vinyl signs put up for everything. These are all signed by all the Hall of Famers. Then from here is like the Florida history. So it's like the first 20 courses and the early stuff and the, you know, the all-arounds and stuff. This is the PDGA World Championship wall. So every year of the PDGA Worlds, and then we try to get the winners to sign them, and then we have all the other signatures here.
You don't
Correct. Yeah, we need an 82 Worlds. That's the old Frisbee, right?
Yeah.
And this is the old PDGA Mobile Museum. I don't know if you ever saw that Levon had. They used to ship it in a wooden crates to the majors and kind of like set it up outside by a trailer. So I've taken what Levon had designed with the PDGA and I'm overhauling it to go Smithsonian.
Levon gave me one of those.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. So, yeah, you can see originally developed by Levon Wolf as a traveling exhibit.
Oh
and
my
Levon
gosh,
gave me
that's so
that
cool.
stuff. Trying to tell the history and not just show a collector's, you know?
Right.
And then I believe I'm going to be the first one that's fallen down, but the prototype that's with diff distance world records. So
These are all the discs that they were used?
Yep, and the guys are signing them and sending them in to me, so we can see the evolution. What disc did they throw? What event? What day? How far did they throw it?
Yeah.
You know, so
That's super cool.
Was it your dad that played?
No.
Okay.
Everyone thinks that my dad and I, or my dad started way before me. We started at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So he's not as super old.
Hi, fishy. Hi, fishy. Fishy.
We decided to come back to Cypress Point. I liked it the first time I played it, so why not do it again? Warmest round of the year so far. It's about 70 degrees. Feels really nice. Shout out Relay. It's an incredible disc. Absolutely love it. Go in.
in a loop.
Got done with Cypress Point. Now we're at a thrift store. Ratana loves to thrift, and I don't really like to thrift, so I just hang out in the car. But 3 days of playing disc golf, I'm trying not to make my body too sore, because when I'm back home, the disc golf I'm playing is a little bit different. Definitely a little more energy intensive outside of Colorado because the courses are longer. So I'm just trying to pace myself, keep the body together, and really just prime the body for this coming week in Brooksville for Supreme Flight Open. Taylor Park. Let's see how it is.
Baby, I'm calling for you, and I'm stuck in a loop.
This is what most of my days look like. I am so addicted to this channel. The Outdoor Boys, so good. Something about it, just so fun to watch for me. Oh, yuck. Gotta catch them all. We're at Olympus, first time ever playing the course. Olympus down, food in the belly. Olympus, it's a top 5 course in my book. It's really good. The property's incredible. The shots are demanding but fair. It's a great course. A really, really great course. MVP united as one.
Vlog squad is back, baby.
Just a little pack.
We're doing the MVP practice round. Go check it out on MVP's YouTube channel. It should be out by the time this is out. It's gonna be a good one. We got Germ, Simon, and myself kicking off the year. I'm waiting outside Goodwill again. So all in all, the course is awesome. Talked a little bit about it yesterday. Very good variety. I really like the undulations in the terrain. I really like the biodiversity of the course, and it just challenges pretty much every shot. And I think it's a great blueprint on what disc golf should be. It feels like you are in virtual reality when you're out there. It is so cool. There's a few holes, of course, that I think could use a little bit of work, but that's with any course. I don't think there's a bad hole on the entire property, and that's a pretty high mark to achieve. Good job, Paul. Good job to everybody who puts in hard work out there. Really enjoy it. And I just decided this week that the vlog is going to live on Eagle Unlimited because I want to do more daily activity related endeavors. And when there's disc golf related stuff, then, you know, I'll put it on my main channel. But I definitely want to use this channel as a little bit more relaxed platform to kind of see behind the scenes and really just talk a little bit about life, what I like, and everything in between. I don't think filming my rounds, having Ratana film each shot, is that beneficial in all honesty. I know some of you guys really like it, but
I'm doing the MVP practice round, plus I got the podcast, and I'm going to do my best to get on coverage this year as much as possible. That I just feel like it's a little bit counterintuitive to go out there and have Ratana film almost every one of my shots. So we'll use that energy, hopefully, to create other content. It's very tough once you get on the road because you have downtime, but the downtime, you want to use it for rest. So trying to wisely use the time, like there's already a few videos with some people that I want to shoot just on my iPhone that we'll try to take care of. But I think for the sake of my own sanity and just my vision at large, Eagle Unlimited is where the vlogs are going to live for the season, just because I can be a little bit more of my unfiltered self. And I tell you, the viewer, that don't have a big expectation of anything too crazy when it comes to disc golf. Obviously, I'll still talk about disc golf, but at the same time, I want to be a free bird. A free bird, yes. I want to be Joel Freeman. So I think you guys get my gist, and subscribe if you want to be a part of it. It's going to be relaxed. It's going to be fun. It's going to be chill. Enjoy.
I'm going to try to talk a little bit more about what I eat, because what I've noticed is that I am always watching food videos on YouTube, and I love watching people prepare, eat, and pretty much anything to do with food, going to restaurants. So I think I should start telling a little bit about what I got going. This is ginger, onion, and garlic, just sauteing it up a little bit. I put a little bit of tamari in there, and then I'm going to add this here grass-fed organic ground beef, and I have a frozen root vegetable medley that I'm going to throw in there. I actually did about 80 days of basically keto, but now that we're on tour, I'm adding a little bit of root vegetables into the diet just for the complex carbohydrates to help me, replenish my glycogen stores and have a little bit more energy on the course. I gotta be careful that this fire alarm doesn't go off. But I got that. I'm actually prepping some, that's steamy. I'm prepping some sweet potatoes and acorn squash just to have. I'll put it in the refrigerator to make them a resistant starch. So that's a tip. It's actually better for you to make a starch and then eat it cold, because it turns into a resistant starch, which lowers the glycemic index, I believe. Your body will be able to process it a lot better. I'll show you a finished product of my dinner. This is actually a pretty typical style meal for me, just a mishmash of stuff with some ground beef. I base a lot of my meals around ground beef, steak, and chicken. So this is what it looked like. And here is the finished product. It's basically ground beef, that root vegetable medley. I added a little bit of kale to it, but a lot of protein, good low glycemic carbs, and yeah, this is what's going to be fueling me for tomorrow's practice round. This is honestly pretty adjacent to what I eat on a somewhat normal basis, other than the carbs. But now, since it's disc golf season, I'm going to incorporate them once again to get me throwing far. Time to eat. Actually, I changed it up. I added some curry powder as well as some coconut cream to give it like a Indian flair. This is kind of like a beef keema, if you will. I think that was the right call. All right, now it's time to eat.
Not too bad. Pretty good. Nothing crazy, but it's dinner.
knock anything out for a day. Clear it indeed.
This is Crushed Pepper Poolside Edition in the Sunshine State. Recap of day one, solid, bogey-free, 6 under. Kind of amazed how that happened. The good news is not all my shots felt that good, so there's a lot of room for improvement. But at the same time, I managed the course pretty well. So liking my game plan, chase card going into day 2. Round 2 was all right. I got to 5 under, which was actually better than what I was the day prior going in to hole number 16. But 16 did not go my way. I found out of bounds, which was a little bit unlucky, got a really bad kick, and I was just out, and then did what I was supposed to do, pitch up, but got another bad roll, and then I had no access to the basket. So I took a 6. So that set me back 2 strokes. And then OB on 17, and then 18 played it virtually perfect other than the 20-footer that I missed. 3 under. I'm on 4th card today. Still in a pretty good spot, playing with Gannon, Calvin, and Linus Carlson. And what I can be proud of is, if you go back to my Worlds vlogs, I have the relentless, non-give up attitude, and I've had an impeccable mental game this tournament, and that's something that I'm always striving for, but I'm putting extra emphasis on it this year. And so far, Memorial, this event, has been very strong, and I am very proud of that. Signed discs after the round, and even though I was hurting on the inside with that last missed putt, I still did my best to give the fans my best. So that's something that I'm very proud of. Gonna finish off the Supreme Flying Open today with the same mentality. Really stoked. After a long day of travel, made it home. Going to my favorite restaurant in Boulder. The best. All right, everybody, that was the Supreme Flight Open. Solid start to the season. Top 15, which is going to be my goal, more or less. I feel like top 15 is the new top 10. Honestly, you could almost make an argument for top 20. I averaged 1039, so that's higher than my rating currently. I'm rated 1031. One of my goals this season is to get back into the 1040s, maybe even the 1050s. But it's a good start. I'm moving in the right direction. Looking back on the week, one of my main focuses was a very level head. Memorial, Supreme Flight Open, I've done a very good job at that, and I think I can attribute it to, one, perspective. As I get older, I like to think that I'm getting a little bit wiser. 2, I'm doing a gratitude journal every day, so that always starts my day off on a good foot and makes me realize what is important and that I'm living a very blessed life, if you will. And then 3, I'll just share with you guys briefly. I have been reading the Bhagavad Gita and the Upanishads. I finished the Bhagavad Gita, and I would say it's really helped
me think about things in a different way. I'm not going to talk too much about it. It just has spoke to me. My mom was a yogi, so that whole way of thinking kind of resonates with me, and it's just put in perspective what really matters. And I've read a lot of success books, and it feels like those teachings and those books have really spoke to me more than anything in a long time. So I've been really enjoying that. Kind of piggybacks off the gratitude aspect, and I'm really digging it. I'd say I was 99% successful of keeping a level head this past week. And in essence, one of the most important teachings of the Bhagavad Gita is giving your absolute best, like your absolute best, focus being a fierce warrior, but renouncing yourself to any sort of attachment to results. And I think that's the sweet spot. You want to have your eyes on the prize, but as soon as you don't get the result you want, then you throw it right out the window. Or it's not even being attached to results. It's being devoted to a disciplined and sharpened practice. And that's what my focus is right now. And just believing in yourself, believing in basic goodness. I could talk about it forever, but that's what I'm taking out of it. And I was 99% successful. I was only a little frustrated coming down the stretch because things weren't really going my way. I threw out of bounds on 17, which I really wanted to par it or birdie it because I could have made a jump. But right there, that's a little bit of the ego taking over and getting attached to results. But I did my absolute best, and I handled myself well after the round. I signed autographs. I did my best to provide my best to my fans, and I am proud of that. I felt like I made a positive impact in Florida, which that's what I'm going for at every event I play. And it's going to be hard sometimes because it's really difficult to put yourself aside, but keeping what's important in the forefront of your mind. When I say your mind, I mean my mind, but also your mind as well. That's what I'm going to be working on, and I feel good. The body feels great. A lot of people ask me how the shoulder is, and I am ripping forehands. Like, I threw so many forehands this past weekend, and I was throwing them. I can throw it over 400 feet easily at this point. I can probably push closer to 450, maybe even 500 with a good tailwind and a wind dragon. But there's so much positive right now. I got a week back at home before I drive down to Texas. And yeah, let's just say my current mood is gratitude. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please subscribe if you want more content like this. Thank you so much, and until next time, keep on dreaming. Peace. Be unlimited.